For special effects expert Ray Harryhausen, it was a classic example of the good news and the bad news. The good news was that independent producers Hal Chester and Jack Dietz wanted him to create a brand new monster for their next movie. And the bad news was that he had almost no money to work with. And to make things even worse, they wanted this thing to appear in as many scenes as possible so that they could get their money's worth. Sounds like they're a little management heavy over in that company. Harryhausen may not have had much money to work with, but he had some terrific camera equipment with some great history behind it. It was the original stop-motion Mitchell 35mm camera and single-frame projector that was used to make King Kong. And that was, what, 20 years before this. In addition to all of this historic equipment, Harryhausen also had Harryhausen and a few tricks of his own up his sleeve. In some shots, he used a hand puppet for the beast instead of an expensive miniature or an animation that would have cost a lot of money. He also developed a thing called split-screen dynamation, I think it was. It was a more economical way to put stop-motion models into live-action sequences. It's much too complicated to explain, and truthfully, I don't understand it anyway. The budget was so tight that Harryhausen wasn't even allowed to go to New York for East Coast location filming, but he was present when they shot the Coney Island sequences. How? Well, because they were done at Pacific Ocean Park on the West Coast. It looked a lot like Coney Island on the East Coast. The real star of the show, of course, is Harryhausen's Beast. After all, he is the title character. So with that, let's watch The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms.